We welcome back Jesse Clegg to chat about his new single and music video, Speed of Light, and what he's been up to since our last chat in 2015. I mean, 6 years later.
That is crazy. I couldn't believe it when I saw that.
Welcome back to the Loft.
Yeah, man. So great to be back. Thank you for having me.
It's such a pleasure to touch base with you. I mean, number one, homie, what have you been up to?
I have been writing new music, releasing new music. I just dropped a new music video. I've been working on my next album, which has been strange during COVID. I've been doing a lot of Zoom writing sessions. And, you know, playing the odd gig here and there, but it's a little bit different in the current circumstances. So, yeah, man, just trying to stay productive through all the craziness.
Yeah, I believe that when you were writing, producing, and putting together Speed of Light, which is your new music video,
yes,
there was a little bit of drama. Were you back in South Africa at the time, or were you abroad?
Yeah.
And how were you able to make it work?
I was in LA at the time. I was recording the song, working with the producer who I just worked with on Let It Burn, and I had a whole like 2 months of writing ahead of me. You know, I just arrived. Luckily, I started with the recording of Speed of Light, and then 2 weeks in, I was kind of very blasé about like COVID and all that stuff. I didn't really think it was a real thing.
Yeah, no, a lot of us did it though.
And then my mom called me on like the Sunday night, and I was going back into the studio on the Monday, and she was like, "Listen, you need to fly home like right now." And then the Monday, Ramaphosa announced that there's going to be a travel ban on Wednesday. So I literally went from studio. I was like, "Guys, I'm out. I have to go." Like drove straight to the airport. I just booked the next flight, and I landed I was going via France to get to South Africa, and I landed in France at like 9 p.m. and my flight was at like 11:45, so 11:45, and their travel ban started at midnight. So I literally caught the last flight out before the travel ban started, and everyone in front of me in the security line was told to leave because all their flights were cancelled. It was literally like me and like 3 other people on the flight. I was the last out of the country to get back home.
I have goosebumps. I mean, when you kind of need to make it back home, you make a plan.
It was crazy, man. But luckily, I managed to finish Speed of Light. We finished the mix over Zoom. And we did you know, the technology now is so amazing. You can actually run dual sessions from different countries. You know, you can actually see the music being mixed. You know, I was at home and my producer was in LA, and we were doing it over Zoom. So we got it done.
So talk to me about the dynamic duo, Nick Squared, as I'd like to call them, the people that helped you put this all together, just the concept behind the song itself.
Yeah, so my good mates, Nick Furlong and Nick Patrica, they both happen to be named Nick.
Yeah.
Nick Furlong is an amazing songwriter and producer. He's worked with Avicii and Steve Aoki and 5 Seconds of Summer. And Nick Patrica is the lead singer of a band called Walk the Moon, who are an awesome American band. And, you know, these are good friends of mine. And we wrote the song kind of the year before last, and it's a song that's been floating around that I really loved the chorus, and I loved the way it was working, and I wanted to finish it. And when we finished it after the lockdown, it had such an interesting message because it was really about someone going through a dark moment and suddenly stumbling across this inspiring experience and being reminded that life still has these inspiring moments. You know, no matter what phase of life you're in, there's still all the colors and textures exist. You know, there's still joy and happiness and heartbreak and inspiration. All these things still exist no matter what you're going through, you know. And I just thought it was a good reminder for this moment in time because we're all in lockdown and we're all dealing with it, but it's good to remember that we can still be inspired and we can still find joy and we can still find connection, you know?
Yeah, and I think, Jesse, you did such a sterling job at being able to communicate that quite eloquently in the music video. Congratulations, it just dropped, brand new music video, loving it right now. The symbolism for me is quite intriguing. In a time where everything is standing still, you chose someone in motion, someone running. So can you just talk us through the imagination behind the music video?
Yeah, as I said, the song is about you know, falling in and out of love with your passion and then rediscovering it. And the protagonist of the music video is Chelsea Sloan Samuels, and she is an amazing real-life athlete. She's a South African runner, and it's almost like an autobiographical story about the challenges that she's faced, being, you know, coming from a challenging background and having the discipline and the commitment to push herself and to chase her dream of becoming an athlete. And so, you know, it kind of follows all her training, and it follows her home life, and it follows all the ups and downs, and just the sort of trajectory that she's been on to chase her dream. And I just thought it was such a beautiful metaphor for the song, which is really about chasing your dream and about like those hard times, and then rediscovering it and finding love again, and then, you know, falling out of love with it. And, you know, it's like that thing that we're all on in terms of our own goals and our own aspirations and finding that motivation.
Yeah,
so
definitely
I just thought she was a great person to celebrate.
Yeah, I mean, someone who is definitely a global celebrated musician, someone who touches base with a lot of people on a global scale. I love the fact that you still do come back home, you bring the music back home, you bring the creating back home, also job creating. So what does the future look like for you? And I do believe that you're not going to be performing Speed of Light today. You've got another track for us.
Yes, I'm going to be performing Let It Burn. And the future, I mean, I think that, you know, musicians we're in a situation where we have to kind of wait and see. You know, there's lots of external factors that are changing and determining what we can do and what we can't do. But I really hope that before the end of the year, there'll be gigs again that we'll be performing. I do have some outdoor acoustic shows coming up on the 17th and 18th of April. On the 17th of April, I'm going to be at Café Rue in Noordhoek, and on the 18th of April, I'm going to be at the Stellenbosch Freda and Lus Wine Estate, which is a beautiful wine estate, an outdoor acoustic gig, following all the COVID protocols, so it's going to be fun and awesome and safe. And beyond that, I'm going to be working on my new album.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. If Speed of Light and, of course, the single that you're about to perform has anything to say to the trajectory that you're going, you're definitely achieving. Thank you so much for joining us.
Pleasure to be here.
Now, such an encouraging video to watch, and we all go through those ups and downs and sometimes need an extra reassurance to push through and reach our goals. Please follow Clegg for more of his music and, of course, to watch Speed of Light.